I thought it would be great if there was a STEM community center where kids could come and learn, focus on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. But as a longtime educator, I knew the importance of the arts. I was determined to continue serving kids even when we needed to close for the pandemic. We decided sending a STEAM challenge out to kids each week would keep them engaged in the learning process. We partnered for the March of 2021 with Coconino Center for the Arts because it was Youth Art Month. All of our STEAM kits that month that were art themed, but typically they were more engineering, science, and of course some art. The more interrelated that you can make the learning, the better the kids are going to understand.
Parched is everything STEAM promises to be because it really does integrate science, it integrates social issues, and it integrates art. The Coconino Center for the Arts has really come up on a winning strategy of bringing a group of artists to come and spend a week learning about water issues. And we based the whole training on field trips. And so we went to the Grand Canyon, we saw the Grand Canyon Dam, we talked about hydropower, we went to agriculture sites, we went to wastewater treatment sites, and we also spent time on the reservation and talked about some of the water issues up there. We walked them through, 20 years of water information in a week.
There can be a disconnect between the general public and what they know and sort of perceive about water. And art has this incredible way of bridging that gap. And I think that that's what Parched did so well, making sure that artists and scientists are able to use their skill sets to communicate in different but parallel ways is how we can really make the world better, which I know sounds cheesy, but I do really believe that.
We have a series, sort of a number of different series of public lectures that are hosted at Lowell Observatory, MNA, and NAU. And there's also, a few years ago, we started another series of public lectures called Sci Talks, which is hosted right here at Coconino Center for the Arts. And they're intentionally focused on science and art and the crossover between science and art, and also education.
There's just such a beauty in between melding the two together, and I think you'll see in programming both from the arts community as well as the science community how well they blend together. And we were able to have virtual tours, the paleontology lab at Museum of Northern Arizona, all the way up to geocaching in our partnership with Tinkertopia. And we had women in STEAM talking about how do we get young women and girls and how do we stop the leaky pipe. Just so much activity to engage from the lecture standpoint all the way up to workshops and kits and hands-on activities.
March 11th last year, the executive team at Lowell met to ultimately decide to shut down our public program. We had already been dabbling in some video programming and some live streams, and we decided, okay, this is what we're going to do. By the end of the year, we'd reached 2.5 million people. All of that was free science programming.
This past December, Jupiter and Saturn were the closest they've been in hundreds of years. We at Lowell Observatory wanted to be able to show that to everyone who wanted to see it. We used our state-of-the-art telescopes to get live views of this for our YouTube channel, and we had several hours of programming dedicated to Jupiter and Saturn themselves, to what conjunctions are, and to some of the science that our scientists do involving those planets. Basic science literacy is important, and that starts with inspiration. I think that's where we best use the art component, is the inspiration, right? That first step, someone seeing something truly beautiful and they say, that's something worth learning, worth discovering, and we like to provide that first step.